We did it!
Hello, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise. Last time we unlocked high rank on the hub, and this time I'm doing my first quest in high rank, which is getting rid of the Baggy and Isuchi that Yomogi asked us. Besides that, we'll also be delivering the Gargwa eggs, and most importantly, we'll be finding all of these notes right here. So look forward to it.
Nothing to it.
Right here on hub quests in high rank, on expedition tour, a tour of the ruins, is where we will be
Until next time.
finding the Gargwa and get the Gargwa eggs for the request. And we also should have some new
Oh, sweet. Share.
dango that was unlocked. Yes, the Dango Polisher and Dango Pyro. Speeds up sharpening weapon and upgrades large barrel bombs to mega barrel bombs.
Time
Nice.
to get going.
Besides that, there's also the
Oh, it's you. Are you foraging or up?
high rank armor that we can make thanks to the new materials we gather. But I won't be crafting anything at this moment.
Goodbye.
Instead, let's get to the Gargwa eggs quickly. Right here, below area 13, as well as area 6 is where we can find the Gargwa, but area 6 has archers in it, so he's scared of the Gargwa, so I have to make do with this one. Attack him from behind, and she'll drop the Gargwa egg, which I will now be bringing all the way to base camp. So, see you there. Important to know, if you're on this waterfall, when I fall, I'll have the Gargwa egg break, but if I use CL and A in order to land, then it won't break. Like you saw me do it right there. So that's a good way of taking shortcuts. And here we are. I cannot use my Palamute to help me carry the egg, unfortunately,
That's one in
but
the bag.
I lured the 2 Gargwa eggs safely. Now I can see my new hammer. Let's go talk to Hammond.
Kamura, here I come.
Here we are.
What's up?
Thanks R, I gave Master Hammond the egg you delivered, and he was pretty pleased.
Yep.
I still can't believe it, but he actually went and made an egg hammer. An egg hammer!
Sure.
Apparently some other region already did it first. Too bad, guess it wasn't so new and original after all.
Uh-huh.
But to think that someone else actually had the same crazy idea. Anyway, if you want one, you know where to get one now.
See ya.
The egg hammer. Let's go see it.
What? My hammer's ready.
Called Gargwa tree. It needs Gargwa feather and monster kinball. which we don't have. Oh well. A pumpkin.
No need to hurry.
I'm gonna make this
Gotcha.
one.
The village is in your
We'll be
hands.
bringing it on our hunt for the rest of the notes from the notebook. Well then, we'll start with the shrine ruins.
Bunny Dongo are a taste of heaven. Good luck.
Let's get to it! Right here, on area 5, it's where we'll find the first note by climbing up all the way this mountain. And we'll hang on in the air with the Warbug in order to recover some stamina. And oops, here we are. This is where the first Relic Record is, but since we already have it, it won't appear. And it is also the highest point of the shrine ruins. Pretty. Next, we take this road just above the mountain from area 5 in order to find second Relic Record. Right here. On to the next one. Next up, on area 12, we head up this hill, and right in this tiny shrine we can find the third Relic Record. Oops. Right on area 11 is the fifth record.
Mine now.
I'm sorry, the fourth one. The previous one was the third. Right above area 13 is the fifth record, right here.
Yoink.
But it's one we already have, so let's get on to the sixth one. This entrance right here, we climb up this rock, and the sixth one is found. In the hills, right next between area 1 and 2, we can find this branch, and carefully moving through this branch is the seventh message.
Prepare to be hunted.
Back on area 6, we find that crevasse on the cliff, and we head up in order to find the 8th message. Here, on the gates above area 7, we'll find those bushes right there. And there it is. Another Relic Record. On to the 10th one. Right behind this shack, near area 2, we drop down this ledge. And there it is.
Mine now.
Jump. And with that, we have all the hunter notes from the shrine ruins. But we still have some left on the rampage, which we'll find right now. First, we use this wirebug, then the second one, and we get on top of this shack, and right here is where the first rampage message is. which we already have. So let's head on to the next one. Here, on the cliff near Area 3, we go up this branch and find
Mine now.
the second message of the rampage. Those are all the relic records from the shrine ruins. So let's head up to the next locale. Here, on the Frost Islands, we'll find another 10 records from the Frost Islands, as well as 2 more Rampage records. So let's get to it. Right here, in the middle of Area 7, I climb up to the center to find the first record.
Mine now.
Once again, climbing up trees. Right above Area 1, there is this large tree, which will lead us to Relic Record number 2. Near the base camp, you'll find this honey gathering spot and a hole right above the wall behind it. Here is the third Relic Record.
Yoink.
Here, on the zone between Area 4 and 5, you can find this little hole where I used to gather the
Anything I can
oyster
use it
bed
here?
and found the fourth relic record right here. Above Area 5 we can find the Melings gathering spot and this very special snowman. We blow it up and find the fifth relic record. On the abandoned ship,
Faster, buddy!
we can climb up the mast and find the sixth relic record. Yep. Right here on R11 we can find this tiny hole and on this side there's this tiny cliff
Mine now.
with number 7. Next up we head to this area near Area 5 and on this side we get number 8. Next we go to Area 9 and climb right here on top of that second peak. We climb this side and then we don't head over there. Instead we start climbing from this side
Can't go any higher than this.
and it's right here. Right here on Area 12 we take 3 wirebox because we'll need them and then we climb this hole. Right there. You can see the arch. There it is. Now onto the Rampage records. This arch between Area 6 and 9. This arch between Area 6 and 9 is where we'll find the first Message number 3. Still near area 6. We head onto this section. And climb just behind this mountain in order to take this werebug.
Can't go any higher than
And
this.
get a beautiful view of the Frost Islands, as well as the 4th Relic Record of the Rampage. On to the next place. Here we are, the Sandy Plains. And the first relic is located right here, by throwing myself off a cliff. Right to the west of area 2. This little pond near the base camp where we can fish. Well, this is the place where the second relic is. And I already have it. Next, we head down area 1. And on top of this rock right here is the 3rd message. Next up is this tree right over here. We whack those weeds and reveal the 4th message. Here from area 9 we can simply head over to this terrain and find the relic record on this dead end. South to this base camp above area 5 is this hole. You see where that cliff with the trees pointing? That's where we wanna go. Right there. And find message 6. Right here on the subcamp 1 we climb up these ruins and find the 7th relic record. On top of the cliff near area 4 we can look right over there and find the 8th message. Right here on area 12 we head over to this small room, and to the right we get the 9th message, and the 10th one is nearby as well. Here on the upper part of area 12 there is this wall and the easily found 10th and last Sandy Plains Relic record. Right here on area 11 we climb to the area where the wirebug is and find a small opening which contains
Mine now.
the 7th rampage message. Lastly, here at base camp we climb all the way over here in order to find
Finally reached the top.
the last relic record of the Sandy Plains. Now then, on to the next place. Here we are at the flooded forest. You know how it goes. 10 messages from the forest and 2 from the rampage. Let's go. First of all, we don't take this wirebook right near the base camp. Instead, we head over here and find the first Relic Record. Next up is Area 4, right on top of those branches. Let's see if I get it. First try. Perfect. Come on. Ugh. It's right over there. Oh. Perfect. That's message number 2. Next, we visit the pyramid. Right in this place, with the aurortle. I don't know how to pronounce that. Climb this wall. And perfect. We take this hole to the roof to find our next message. Of course, you can also simply flank the pyramid and take this opening right here on the southern part, but this method is more stylish. Right near the sub camp, we head on to this side and find that small patch of grass. We whack those weeds to reveal the next message. On the underground zone of the flooded forest, there's this small hole which has some clear crystals. Oh, and the Relic Record as well. Right here, on the cliff below Area 12, we can see a small opening right there. Oops. And that's the 6th message. Right on top of the sub-camp, near these pitcher plants, we can find the 7th message. We come back to the pyramid and head all the way to the top. There we can find this rather frail looking door, which we bump. That's number 8. Back on the main camp, we head over this shortcut right here and find this hole. Which contains relic number 9. Following along, we head to Area 12 on top of this cliff right here, and we take these vines by simply running, but of course we can climb them as well. And then we have this platforming section. Jump! Wait a little bit, and we're heading right over there. And here. Now onto the rampage messages. The first one is near this great wire bug from the pyramid. Right here. Easy. And for the last one, we visit this cliff right over area 7. We jump. And find the last relic record.
Mine now. Give me some of that sweet ore.
On to the next area. Here we are, at the lava caverns, with the last 10 lava caverns messages and the last 2 rampage relic records. First, we head on top of this gate and find the first one. Pretty easy. On area 4, we climb the tree, grab a bug,
The end is in sight.
and grab a relic record. We head to the base camp and take a detour to the east side. Right here.
Mine now.
That's the 3rd relic record. Next, we enter the cave from area 12 and jump right there. And find the 4th message. On area 14, we can see this pillar right here. We can climb it. And we find this area right here, filled with ore and the 5th relic record. Here near area 6 is where we'll find number 6. Right on that pillar over there. Yoink. Next we head to area 12 and we take this opening. And we head right there to the left side and find the 7th message. For number 8 we head to Sump Cap 2 and then we slide all the way down here. And that's number 8. Nearby we head over to this bridge, and the southern part of the bridge, under it, that's where the 9th message is. Next we head to area 1 and climb the vines, and instead of taking the steps up, we take the stairs down. And in this little cave lies the 10th and final lava cavern message. Back on Subcamp 2, we take the other path down and head to the 9th rampage message, which is right here on this little cliff.
Mine now.
South to area 3. Next we head to this little opening near area 11 and we climb this wall to that opening over there. And right here we get a glimpse of the volcano. As well as the cry of a rare bird. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, since we're here, might as well take a photo. This is a hellbill. Out of the way. There we go. Whoops. Oh well. Right in this corner, we can find the last Relic Record. And with that, we have a complete notebook. Let's head back to the village and read it.
Nothing to it.
Looks like Kagero has something to say,
Oh, hello.
given that we have collected all the Relic Records. I'm correct? You have pieced enough notes together to form a complete message, yes? Well then, if you don't mind... well I see now.
Oh.
The guts to think such a thing came to pass. And, as a reward for giving him those messages, we receive a Magnemalo, Arzuros, Almudron, and Isuchi carving. Subnacant, a Bishaten, a Gosharag, and a Tetranodon carving, a Ragnakadaki, and an Agnosom carving. Ah, we haven't met Ragnakadaki yet. I'm looking forward to it. And we also got this reward right here. The antique bookmark. Now, let's read. The Shrine Ruins message. The water in these lands is pure. Clean water enriches the soil. From rich soil sprouts new life. Prayer brings water. This land was home to many a god, but they shunned people. Thus the land was only admired with envy from afar. Then, without warning, a bolt of lightning resounded through the night. When dawn broke, the gods were gone. The people began to gather in this blessed land, erecting many a shrine to venerate the departed gods. Graced by abundance, the people lived a bountiful and peaceful life, filling the land with prayers. Moons passed, times changed, the people became arrogant and thankless. As they did so, the land fell into desolation. Then one night, a gale swept the land before halting abruptly, as though it were the breath of a divine being. In its wake appeared the gods, thought to have vanished. Terrified, the people fled from their ire. The people begged for clemency, but the deities raged regardless, chasing the mortals away. Time devoured the people's shrines and prayers, but eventually, pure water and rich soil returned to nurture new life. The gale that swept the land is probably the rampage. Let's see what happened on the Frost Islands. After many a long year on the high seas, the ship's harpoon reduced the dragon to naught but a sinking berg on the waves. The crew of veteran soldiers, their duty fulfilled, moored alongside a snowy shore, quiet save for the lapping tide. But their ship, fatally scathed, split in two. The men resigned themselves to a Pyrrhic victory and uneasy morrows. Day 1. We awoke to a pale shore, marred by claw marks and signs of battle. Someone said they heard a lullaby. Probably a Subnacant. Day 2. Our scouts returned without their weapons, claiming they saw a shadow dragging a bloody knife behind them. That's Gosharag. Day 3. We all hid in the ship, shivering not from cold, but fear. Some whisper that the isle is cursed. Day 10. Before we knew it, there were monsters everywhere, scratching at the ship's hull. Howls and panic followed. Day 16. The beast's feast was at an end, as were any courage or valiance we once noble warriors had possessed. What had summoned those monsters were the very remains of that mighty wyvern, growing in strength even after death, defeat. Mayhaps it was a curse. Neither the ship nor the bones will tell, for they have long disappeared into the marine snow. So that's the story of those giant bones of the Frost Islands. Interesting. Let's see what the Flooded Forest has to say. Long ago, a feline came to the Flooded Forest, seeking a giant fish of lore, but he was tailed by a meddlesome Melinx. When the feline wasn't looking, the Melinx snatched his bags, leaving him with nothing but a single piece of meat. Defeated, the feline collapsed in frustration when he realized that there was a hungry snake right under his nose. The feline tore off some meat for the snake, and it hissed happily. "Feed this stream, and it will feed you." Confused, the feline nevertheless threw his last morsel into the stream. Then, suddenly, thousands of fish appeared. It was not the meaty creature he had sought, but he was delighted anyway, and filled his buckets to the brim. The greedy Melinx, seeing this, said to itself, "If I throw in a bunch, I'll get even more fish back for myself." He gathered a heap of meat and tossed it all in, only to be greeted by the gaping maw of the legendary giant fish. The Melinx took one look at the monster and fled for its life, dropping the feline's belongings in the process. And so, having seen the fabled fish, the feline thanked his serpentine friend and set off in search of new adventures. That's an actual thing you can do in the Flooded Forest. Put some meat on any flooded section and see what happens. Onto the sandy plains. There was an old hunter, long separated from his hometown, who yearned to reunite with those he had left behind. Despite his old age, he persisted in having his aching muscles and ragged bones forward, one step after another. A map showed that his village was just over the horizon, but an unfamiliar wasteland sprawled between him and it. Barely escaping the hungry jaws of countless monsters, he pressed on, willful that he would put his savage land behind him ere long. Several days passed, with no sign of his home anywhere. He began to fear some fault in the map had led him astray. Then finally, he came upon a path that plunged into the underbelly of the void. Shaken, uneasy, he descended it with hope. This building was familiar. He knew it too well, but no wonder he couldn't find it. It had been buried under the sand. Hoping to find something left behind, anything, he entered his old house. On the wall was written this message: "As the crimson glow falls upon us, our people flee this land, but I promise to survive, that we too may reunite." And so the old hunter set out once more, vowing never to rest or falter, as he yet had a duty to his love to fulfill. So that's why there are those ruins underground, the remains of the city of this old hunter. Now then, the lava caverns. We soon embark on the first exploration of the lava caverns, a tract beset by crag and fire, yet laced with greenery. Day 17. Botanic and zoologic studies have yielded no insight into the biota's survival in such an environment. Out of the blue, I was knocked to the ground by a rumble from the earth. Mere volcanic activity, perhaps? Day 19. For every effect, there must be a cause. After a day of observation, I have identified a cycle in the tremors. This phenomenon simply cannot be self-supporting. I hypothesize that it is the creation of someone or something. Day 38. The pulse intensifies. I must curb my passion and make ready to begin fieldwork. The source awaits me. Day 39. We're in danger. All at once, monsters have appeared in droves. They are vicious. The camp is no longer safe. The hunters have advised me to vacate. Unfortunately, it seems I must abandon the investigation if I am to survive. The pulse and this anomaly may be related, but I have no way to corroborate that now. Further research is impossible. If someone out there will continue my research, venture into the beach cave. The answers should be there. The beach cave, huh? Well, it is true that Lava Caverns has some rocks on the wall that if you hit a monster against the wall or use a bomb, it explodes and sets a giant rock flying. Last but not least, the rampage. We were raised in a peaceful village. The pure wind chased out evil and the calm flames illuminated our path. But one night, a dark cloud descended, blotting out the sun, and we were beset by savage tempest and feral lightning. Recalling ancient tales of the calamity, we sang in supplication, "Fearsome gales, be still, we beg of you!" For we faced the terrible rampage, an eternal cycle of misfortune, that which flattens forests and scatters rivers. Tasked by the elder, we hunters stood fast, arms at the ready, spirits high, steel to fend off the calamity. And as the fury of the rampage fell upon us, our priestesses prayed, "Sacred flames, guide us in our time of need." But alas, our defenses fell, one after another, and then the Hellfire Beast attacked, sealing our defeat. Flames quenched and hopes dashed, I doubted if I was... Flames quenched and hopes dashed, I doubted if I was truly fit to carry the sword given to me by the elder. Yet my pledge to restore the village became my guiding light. Our legacy was strong, and I was not alone. It is a burden that I now gladly bear. I shall lead this village and its people to new refuge from the rampage. That's related to the shrine ruins. The survivors of the rampage from the shrine ruins probably lived this rampage and founded Kamura village. Well then, let's put those carvings in our house. Right here, we can put them on the trinkets. And we can put them on the alcove as well. Put the Magna Malo, Ragna Kalaki, and it goes right there. And the rest can... Oops, the rest can be put right there. One spot left. Beautiful. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.